Saw a question on social media that I thought I'd do a video about. It's from Jerry Peeler. I like Jerry. He's cool, and I like looking at his social media posts. He posts some nice pictures from weddings. He always looks sharp. His clients look happy. Jerry's a good dude. He asked the question, if you played at a venue and they way overly served, what's best scenario? Now, when I read this for the first time, I thought to myself, well, maybe he's talking about like if you're playing at like a bar or a club and they tend to overserve. What do you do? What's the best case scenario? And I said the best case scenario would be to quit. It's the first thing I just said. One word: quit. Because when you're working at a place like that, you never know what can happen. I was working at this one bar, I don't know, probably about 15 years ago. I saw the writing on the wall. The guy who owned the bar, I knew him. I went to school with him. And he drank at the bar, and they overserved everybody at the bar. It was kind of in a rough neighborhood. And one night, I got hit in the head with a beer bottle. Now, they weren't throwing the beer bottle at me. They were throwing the beer bottle at this little bitty girl bartender who had just started working there. Because they were just bloated and stupid. I wanted to get between her and the antagonist, and I took the hit. Chivalry, what are you going to do? That's all it took. I quit. I never came back. So, yeah. If a place has the writing on the walls, don't be stupid like me. Leave before there's a problem. Then I got to thinking, maybe he's asking about, at a mobile gig, what's the best case scenario? And in that case, my first reaction to that was the best case scenario is that you haven't been drinking. Because that way you're going to be able to handle anything that comes up with a straight head. And even if you're one of those people who are like, I can handle my alcohol. Yeah, I used to be able to handle my alcohol too when I drank. But it doesn't matter. Because if there's a problem and the police show up and one party's intoxicated and one party's not, meaning you, the DJ, they're probably going to blame the intoxicated party on whatever the incident happens to be. And this might make a difference to the insurance company as well if it comes to that. So it's important to be sober in cases like this. Not telling you how to live your life. I'm just saying. That would be ideal. That would be best case scenario if you had no alcohol in you at all. And, being able to handle things as diplomatically as possible without incident, that's a skill that we as DJs, I'm hoping, have developed because that's a big part of my job, dealing with drunks sometimes. I mean, people get drunk at bars, And I'll just tell you about a situation that came up last week. I had this group on the dance floor for like 2 hours. And no matter what I played, they'd dance. I tried to get them off the dance floor because what I try to do at the club is rotate the dance floor. If they're out there dancing, they're not drinking. So they're not spending any money, so they're not doing anybody any good. Then I found out later that they had already ran up quite a bar tab. So now, in retrospect, I'm thinking to myself, maybe having them dance for 2 hours was the best case scenario. Because they were burning off that alcohol, And I'd rather send them away feeling a little more straight in the head than send them away, with a last call on them. So, yeah, in retrospect, I'm thinking the best case scenario in that case was just let them dance. Then I read his question again, and I get to thinking, what he's asking is, if you've played at a venue and the way overly served, what's the best scenario? Meaning, if you've been in this situation, what's the best scenario? Well, the best scenario is your safety. You don't get hurt. Your safety is more important than anything else. I learned this working at the first mobile app I was at. And I was told, just point blank, if you ever feel unsafe at an event, walk away, just leave. Even if you got to leave the gear there, just leave. Your safety is more important than the gig, the money, the gear, anything else. Get out. So if you feel like you're in a situation where you're not safe anymore, leave. That's the best scenario. You don't get hurt. That's it. I stand by that now. If I'm ever in a situation where I don't feel safe anymore, I might just grab the lappy and walk out. Because what am I going to do? I'm disabled now. I can't fend anybody off. I don't want to get in a fight, even if I'm sober and it's not my fault or anything else. I don't need to get hit with beer bottles anymore. Maybe that's the best scenario. You're safe. Nothing happens to you. I don't know. Some of you may strongly disagree with me. And if you do, you can let me know in the comment section. And it's okay if you do. We're still friends. But yeah, best scenario is you don't get hurt. Your safety is important. And you walk out of there unharmed. That's it. Thanks, Jerry, for posting the question. I don't know if anyone who responded to you understood your question quite like they should have. I'm not real happy with a lot of the answers that you got here from some people. I don't think they were helpful. But hopefully this video addressed your question a little better than some of the other responses that you got on your question. So that's it. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Practice and enjoy.